Hi everyone, back here for another video, and today I'm going to be playing on my Schools Anarchy Realm, as you saw in the title. But let's get into it. There was a trial chamber really close to where we were getting our iron and diamonds, so we decided to all get full iron, and then we were going to go into the trial chamber, and hopefully we could get a mace. After we went into the trial chamber, we were looking around and we spawned in the cactus room, and TurtleBread_ already looted the chests, so we went in, but since I'm kind of a nerd, I knew that there was a room behind here, so we were able to get an Omnis bottle right away, and that was really good, because then that could increase our chances of getting the mace faster. After a bit, we completed a spawner with strays, and we were able to get 4 keys, so each of us could open up the thing. I really don't know why we didn't do the Omnis yet, because we had the bottle, but who knows. I was also able to get 3 ender pearls from barrels around, and I also broke a lot of pots. So, now we're going to go open, and hopefully we can get something like golden apples, because, as you saw in the title, and I guess the thumbnail, this is an anarchy realm. So we would need to stack up on golden apples, and the mace is very useful, because it is Minecraft's deadliest weapon, and it will be able to help us dominate the entire server. After everyone else opened up their crates, Goober037 was able to get a golden apple, and OG Built Different was able to get a Fortune 3 book. I opened it and I got a diamond and an efficiency 3 book, which wasn't that bad. Well, I also was forgetting one person, TurtleBread_. But, well, he kinda got honey bottles. But now that I think about it, why can you get honey bottles from the vaults? Like, huh? Where'd you get the honey from? Like, yeah, a bow, maybe you get it from a skeleton. A golden apple, I don't know, maybe you cured a zombie villager and traded for it. If that's awesome. Or you got it from one of the chests, from the old people that used to live here. But after that, we did the Omnia spawner on the stray one that we completed before, and it was going pretty easily, so, yeah. After we completed the spawner, we were actually really lucky, and we got some keys. So, with the keys, we could hopefully get a heavy core, which would be used to craft the mace, Minecraft's deadliest weapon. I don't know if the spear is now, but maybe we could also get Windburst. Windburst is an enchantment on the mace that launches you back up when you hit someone, and it is even rarer than the heavy core itself. So, yeah, we really hope we get either one of those, or maybe an enchanted golden apple, who knows. We were scared that other teams would get the mace before us, or the Windburst book, which would be really, really bad, because then they could like cook us and kill us in one attack, which that would not be pretty nice, getting one tapped. But the mace might not be the deadliest weapon. It could also be the spear, but who knows. OG Built Different opened his vault, and he got a music disc, wind charges, emeralds, and yeah, that was it. So it was pretty bunyan, and it's pretty garbage. Sorry if that offended anyone. But next we decided that TurtleBread was going to open up the vault, and we were praying that he could get a heavy core, but ended up getting a notch apple, diamonds, and another golden apple, which would be really useful for PvP, because it would be really good. Then Goober037 opened, and he got a heavy core, which was really good for our team, because that means we had a mace, and that was the only mace on the server so far, so that was really good. So now, I was going to open, and I also really hoped I would get the heavy core too, because it would be really good, and we could really just dominate the server with 2 maces, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to, and I got wind charges and a golden apple. The worst of all. Well, maybe not with OG Built Different, because he didn't even get a golden apple. But, whatever. After a bit, I went and I got a chest that had 4 cakes in it. That was really good, because we were starting to run really low on food, and these cakes would be really good, because we could just eat the cakes, and there was also a lot of them, so we could regain our hunger. But this room was also pretty tricky, because there was a lot of spawners, and a few of us almost died, and some of our shields broke even, but it was really challenging. We also activated a silverfish spawner, and the silverfish, they were pretty deadly because there was like 20 million of them. So I probably would have died, but thankfully I was really smart and I went on this block that was 1 block away, but I could still reach the silverfish, so I was able to kill them all. But unlike me, my teammates didn't really think of this idea, and they got trapped in a corner with the silverfish, and that was really bad, so we had to kill all of them, and then we had to get out. I also had to save Goober037 here, because he was going to die, but thankfully I was able to distract the silverfish while he could run away. I tried to tell him to jump over here, but he wasn't really listening. But then he finally listened, and we were able to kill all the silverfish. After a bit, the first spawner that we completed did not give us any keys, but thankfully the second one got us keys, so we had another chance of getting the mace. So, we're gonna go down and open up the vault. Unluckily, I was able to open up my key first this time, and I was able to get a god apple, a golden apple, and some emeralds, which was really good. So now, it was time for one of my teammates to go. That one was OG Built Different. He opened his, and he got some arrows and an enchantment book. Kind of forget what that enchantment book was, but I think it might have been a Wimber's book, because OG Built Different was able to get one, but I don't remember when. But Turtlebread underscore was able to get a god apple, a crossbow, and thankfully, since he already got a bow from another one, he said he was going to give me the crossbow. That was pretty good, because I did not have a good artillery weapon. Well, I might have had a bow, but who knows. And then Goober007 opened his, but we all kind of left, but whatever. Then, after a bit, me and OG Built Different found the spawner that was pretty much already farmable, and Turtlebread underscore came to help us, and then Goober037 also came. So we were kind of just farming these strays, because it just came like a farm for us, which is pretty nice because we didn't have to set it up, but it wasn't very good because the strays could still shoot us, so it was okay. But at least we were able to kill them without using many of our materials, like our shield durability or armor durability, or even that much of our food. I then activated a husk spawner, but the husks did a lot of damage, and they got me to 1.5 hearts. And then I saw Breathing there, and I thought I was gonna die, but he hit me, and I got to half a heart, so I had to eat my enchanted golden apple, which is pretty bad because I only had one. If I didn't, I would have died to the husk with a diamond sword right here, so I was very thankful I did. Then, OG Built Different died to a husk, which I could understand because I almost died to a husk, but this is okay because he set his spawn in the trial chamber, and he was able to come back and get his stuff. But this was not very good for our looks, because one of our team members died, so that would make it even harder for our team to be the most deadly team on the server. After we gave OG Built Different all of his stuff back, Turtlebread opened up the vault, but he didn't really get anything. So, then Goober037 opened it, and he didn't really get anything either, which is pretty bad because we decided that we were going to leave after we opened this vault. So we really wanted to get a mace here. Then OG Built Different opened, and he got an enchanted golden apple and some more stuff. He also got an enchanted book with Windburst, so that was really good because now we had 2 Windburst books. But now it was my turn to open, and you guys want to know what I got? A heavy core, which I could use to craft the mace, the deadliest weapon in Minecraft. Thankfully, OG Built Different let us use his Windburst books. Since he got 2, he would let us use each of them for ourselves, so our maces could be even more deadly. And this is really good, because this would make us even stronger. After we got out from the trial chamber, we had decided to stay in the caves and go mining, because then we could hopefully get our team full diamond, and maybe get an enchantment table too, which would be really good for enchants, so we could be much stronger than everyone else. Then we found a mine shaft, and I was able to get some cobwebs for our team, because this would be really good in PvP, because then we could slow down our enemies, crit them out, and even mace them, which would do a lot of damage, so cobwebs would also make us overpowered. After a bit, we ran into Banana Muffin, another player on the server. He wasn't as good at PvP as any of us, but we knew since we did not have a lot of food, since that's the reason we came up, because we ran out of food. We could not chase him down because we would run out of hunger and he could just keep running. Because he probably had food, because we were at a village and he most likely got the hay bales. But we decided it might be worth a shot, but we also thought, we could just ask for food, and then when he gives us the food, we could kill him. So, we're gonna try to doing that. Unfortunately, when we were asking Banana Muffin for food, I think he got the wrong idea. Well, I guess the right idea, because he started running away from us thinking that we were going to kill him, even though we were right now just asking for food. Even though we were going to kill him, we just decided to just keep chasing him, even though we would most likely run out of hunger, because the mobs were also after him, even a baby zombie. But we were catching up to him, and we were really trying to kill him. A skeleton shot at him, and I was right there, but I just missed my attack. So I came after him, and I was able to hit him. So we thought he must have been low. But he also thought that this was OG Built Different. So I was going to try macing him, but he got into the water, so I wasn't able to. Then OG Built Different was going. Then I think he only saw OG Built Different chasing after him. So he just said to peace. So I just zipped away, and Banana Muffin never knew that I was actually trying to kill him. But OG Builderfriend kept chasing him, so I don't really know how that would go. Then we ran into Banana Muffin's team, which he seemed to just be stalling for time, because when his team got here, they started jumping OG Builderfriend. But thankfully, OG Builderfriend was able to shoot down Banana Muffin and kill him. But then, OG Builderfriend combat logged, which is totally against the rules. And the bad thing was, he was on our team, and the admin was also on our team. So, we didn't really know what to do. We told him to rejoin, so when he did, we knew he was going to die. But we just decided to aura farm. Then, we also saw the Bacon Bird, and he was low tier 4 in mace ones, so we really did not want him to get a mace on his hands. And OG Builderfriend kept combat logging, even though he was completely trapped. So we decided we were going to go save him, but then the Bacon Bird killed him, so we decided to attack them. And I was able to get a really hard mace hit on the Bacon Bird once. I missed my second one, but then this started the fight. I kept trying to mace him while my teammates, I think they were coming after me, I'm not really so sure. But after I kept chasing him with my mace, I realized I was really low in wind charges, and I really kept trying to mace him, but he was just running. I think he was trying to make me run out of wind charges, but I knew I could not beat him in sword, because my keybinds were not set to the right slots. So I decided to run, but I knew my teammates would go right after me. So I saw them. They were right there, so we kept going, and we were winning, since it was 3v1. But then, Goober037 trapped me and Turtlebread in cobwebs. I was really alone, I had to retreat. So, Goober037 and Turtlebread had to do it. Then, Goober037 killed him, and we were able to get all of his stuff, and I was able to get a lot of diamond pieces. Then, I saw this other guy, Chillin' Andrew. So, I just was gonna go mace him, but then, he left. Which technically wasn't against the rules, because he wasn't engaged in combat yet, because he wasn't hit, and he hasn't hit anyone. So, we didn't really know what to do. We were thinking we could maybe get a trap, or just wait for him to relog so he can rejoin. So, we decided to place cobweb, so if he did rejoin, he would just be stuck in a cobweb, and we can get him. But then, his teammates came back. And when I saw the Bacon Bird again, I wasn't scared, because he was in half iron armor, and I didn't even think he had any weapons on him, because he just kind of salvaged from what we had left from when we killed him before. And that was a few iron pieces. So he wasn't really that menacing. But we really wanted to tell him to get his teammate to log back on so we could talk about stuff. But we really were just going to kill him. But he wasn't really logging back on. And yeah, so we weren't really so sure what to do. And it was still a really long time. But Chillin' Andrew just would not log on for his life. And Banana Muffin and the Bacon Bird, they wanted their stuff back for some reason, like their diamond stuff. I don't know why we would give it to them, because right now we are wearing their diamond stuff, which I think that was a pretty clear sign that it was our best gear, but I'm really not so sure. And I was able to craft a helmet, and Goober37 gave me a chestplate to finish my full entire diamond set. So now it was just a waiting game. But Goober37 had to log, because since we were on a realm, only 10 people could be on at once, and we were trying to get Chillin' Andrew to join. For some reason, it just wasn't working for him. So, we decided we might leave, but we really wanted this kill, so we weren't so sure. After we heard that he was going to try logging on again, I waited right above with my wind charge, ready to wind charge up, and then I'll mace him. So now, all we could do is wait. Then, he rejoined, I wind charged up, I was going to mace him, but then I kind of hit the wall. Then, I won again, and I missed. Then, we just decided, you know what? Let's just be chill. This alliance may help us in the future. After we let Chillin' Andrew get let go, we just decided that we were going to go into Nether. So me and Goober037 stashed our maces, and we also set our spawn in a hidden bed, so that if someone did come across our portal, since they were pretty close to us, since we kind of just did see them, that they wouldn't just trap it, so if we died, they could just farm us, and maybe keep us hostage. So we were gonna start bridging over, because we saw another portal, and we thought it was Chillin' Andrew. And so it seems like the alliance did end up helping us in the future, because we were able to loot this bastion together, and hopefully get a netherite upgrader so we can get netherite, or maybe some scraps or an ingot, which is also netherite. So either or would be really good. After meeting up with Chillin' Andrew, I saw that there was a bit of gold up top. Just from watching Wreck-Rap 2 videos, I knew that there was a lot of gold here, so I decided to go for the gold. And I also really hoped that we would get another red upgrader. But we also said that we would like split it with Chill and Andrew if we found one. But I kind of just really did not want to, because it would be kind of bad for us if his team got netherite. But it would be really good if our team got netherite. So I wasn't so sure. After a bit, Chill and Andrew actually died after he fell from a high place trying to clutch. I don't really know what he was thinking, but it turns out OG Built Different also died in the same exact place. So we had to figure out which stuff was his and which stuff was OG Built Different's. But then OG Built Different had a spawn set, so he was able to come back really quickly, and he was able to just salvage a bunch of stuff. But since we kind of knew that Chill and Andrew just wasn't going to come back, we decided, you know what, why don't we just take some of his stuff? And this is a pretty good idea, because free stuff, hey. And he also seemed to have a lot of beds on him, which would be really good for bed bombing for netherite. So, he just kind of took all of his stuff and said it despawned. After we got all of the stuff, and we got mine and Goober's 37's maces back, we weren't really sure what to do, since we actually did end up getting another red upgrader, but we did not tell Chill and Andrew, because, like I said before, we just really did not want his team to get some netherite, because his team is very good. Banana Muffin isn't the best, Chill and Andrew's okay, but, like I said before, the Bacon Bird was once low tier 4 in mace. But that was a few months ago, and he also kind of quit the game. So, we decided that, you know what, it might be a good idea to go up to surface, and maybe go to spawn, because we were also kind of bored. After OG Built Different went into a trial chamber, I ended up dying to a baby zombie. And since there was like 10,000 mobs, since I had the Omnius effect, and when I entered, I activated all the spawners again. So there was like 20,000 mobs and baby zombies. So we kind of realized that we low-key might be kind of cooked, and we're just going to get kill farmed from all these mobs just keep on killing us, since we couldn't really do anything. Because every time we kept trying to get our stuff, we would be at like 1 heart, and then like a skeleton would just shoot us, or a baby zombie would just chase after us and just one-tap us, because we were so low. And it was really annoying, and me and OG Built Different ended up dying a lot here, but thankfully, at the end, we were able to just get all of our stuff back, and, well, not all of it. OG Built Different lost everything, and I lost a bit of stuff too, but thankfully, I was able to keep the mace. And it's also a good time to mention that if you die from, like, with the mace, and you lose it, then it's gone for good. Unless, the only way to get it back is if you kill someone else for their mace. But this rule hasn't really taken place yet, since no one has really been fighting except that one fight. That was the first fight of the entire Anarchy realm. After getting all of my stuff back, me and OG Built Different decided to get out, because this took like 30 minutes, and we were also really bored at the time, because Goober037 and TurtleBread_ logged off for the day. So, we decided, you know what, this might be a good time to take a break for the day. So, we all went to sleep. Thank you for watching the video, and I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that helped me with the video, like Sky, Goober, TurtleBread, the Bacon Bird, Chill Andrew, Banana Muffin, and yeah, I'll do 20 likes for part 2. Bye!